And we should be live. We actually got a few comments in here while we're waiting to start up the screen. So
while it was called Thursday Night Football live stream.
meta. Hey, happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to our American folks out here. For us, it's just literally chill
it's
and
just
watch
Thursday,
football Thursday.
November 25th out here. It's the day before Black Friday. That's what it is.
Facts. Might have to do some shopping tomorrow in Hamilton. Who knows? Yeah. Start Gardner or Hawkinson. Happy Thanksgiving. Give me Hawkinson here, Rolando.
Yeah, give me Hawkinson as well.
Start 3 full PPR. Jacobs, Ty Johnson, Devontae Freeman. I mean,
well, you only got 3 options there, so I'm gonna go with start 3.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty. I don't know. I might bench Ty Johnson. No, I'm kidding. Is Elijah Mitchell going to play? If not, is Jeff Wilson going to start for them? Asking because I have Kamara out. I think Elijah Mitchell is going to play. Again, it's early to say, but we'll know more as the week progresses, as Thursday and Friday practices come out. But either way, if Elijah Mitchell doesn't play, I mean, I still think Jeff Wilson's a fine, like top 25-ish, 30-ish type play.
Did you see the red zone play that they had where Jeff Wilson was like wide open in on the touchdown that me and you could have thrown to him? Like if he gets that, he has a great game. We're not even like worried about Jeff Wilson whatsoever. He got 21 opportunities. So if Elijah Mitchell's out, Jeff Wilson's a top 24 running back.
Yep. Happy Thanksgiving, guys. Full PPR, Mooney or Gallup. I'll go with Gallup here, Felix, but I do like Mooney this week as well.
Yeah, I'll take Gallup as well with Lamb officially out.
Who's ready for the Saints practice squad to cover? I mean, I don't like honestly put it past Sean Payton to cover in this type of game. I mean, you're 6-point road dog or home dogs. I believe the Bills are favored by 6 at New Orleans, which I mean, I don't care who they're starting with Sean Payton at coach. I'm going to take the Saints to cover there every day.
Really, eh?
Yeah,
it's pretty close. It's a close line. I think it's probably set well, but I got faith in Deontay Harris. I got him in a couple Thanksgiving DFS lineups, so I need him to do the Lord's work.
I think Traquan Smith might have a decent game too. Sorry, Juan Bateman, Corey Davis, Kareem Hunt coming off an injury. Also, sorry for all the questions this time. Don't apologize for loading up on questions when people are too slow to get in. So, in terms of your question, starting 1 here, is Kareem Hunt officially coming back? Because
he's been activated off IR, and Ian Rappaport said that they're expecting him and Jack Conklin both to play. So
if Kareem Hunt's playing, I'll go Hunt.
Yeah, I would say Kareem Hunt's probably going to play, and I would play him if he is playing.
Yep. Sanders or Kenyon Drake in the flex spot? Give me a Manny Sanders there pretty easily.
Yeah, give me Sanders for sure.
And for Sunday, do I start Mac Jones or Tannehill? Give me Tannehill.
Yeah, I mean Mac Jones is the better matchup, but I'll still take Tannehill. They're playing each other, I'm pretty sure, aren't they?
I think they should be. Final question: should I start Elijah Moore or Michael Gallup over AJ Brown?
No, you start AJ Brown over those guys.
Yep, I agree. And then again, worst case scenario, obviously, if AJ Brown doesn't play, I know he's questionable. If AJ Brown doesn't play, then you could just pivot to Elijah Moore now.
But who would you like if you start 3 of those guys? You go in Gallup and AJ Brown, right? You
2 out of 3. Yeah. Hey, boys, happy Thanksgiving. Who should I start between Gallup and DJ Moore? Also, who should I start between Russell Wilson and Kirk Cousins? Russell Wilson has been doing well these past 2 games. They're actually very close for me right now. I think I have them back-to-back in terms of Gallup and Moore, but I think, obviously, with Lamb and Cooper expected out, I'd go with Gallup here.
Really? You'd start Gallup over Moore?
Yeah, man. I think the Cowboys are going to be able to move the ball here regardless, and I know they looked terrible last week, but when you're a really good offense, you don't just have 2 terrible weeks in a row. And
all right, Michael Gallup the first one of the week because I'm starting DJ Moore over Gallup.
All right, bet. I do also think it's going to be a Schultz game, by the way.
Could be.
Definitely could be. I mean, there's not too many options there right now. In terms of the second question, Russell Wilson and Kirk Cousins. Russell Wilson has been doing. Yeah, I would still go with Russ. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Go Pats. Yeah, happy Thanksgiving again to the Americans in the comment section. Go Colts. Time for the best running back in the league to carry us over the best quarterback in the league. Yeah, fuck, man.
Yeah, that'll be an interesting game, man.
Yeah, Miles Sanders or Freeman. I'll go with Miles Sanders here over Devontae Freeman.
Yeah, I will definitely take Miles Sanders there.
Yo, what's up, boys? What's up, Javon? Should I start Mooney? I need to hear your other options, brother.
Yeah, I think if you got to start him as like a top I have him wide receiver 26 in my rankings right now. I have him over guys like Jerry Jeudy, Chase Claypool, Hunter Renfrow, Rashad Bateman. I'd start him over all those guys with the target share that he got with Dalton last week. So
I have him at 26 as well. And actually, let me actually adjust this a little bit because I would start him over Renfrow. He's going to be 25. 25 for me. Pick 2 wide receivers to flex, half PPR: Higgins, Waddle, Beasley, Melvin Gordon, Javonte, Hunt, and Mike Williams. I would go with the first 2.
2 wide receivers and a flex.
Oh,
give me Higgins, Waddle as the 2 wide receivers,
and then Mike Williams probably as the flex.
Do I want to go Mike Williams as the flex here, or do I want to go with
Kareem Hunt?
No, I was actually going to say, or do I want to go with Javonte? But
Mike over Javonte pretty easily.
Yeah, I'll go Mike over Javonte. So give me the T. Higgins, Jalen Waddle, and Mike Williams there. But Javonte Williams, I mean, if we hear something before the game that they're going to like integrate him as like the starter or some shit like that, then I'm going to start Javonte Williams because again, we're talking post bye right now. Could be Javonte Williams season, but I am biased. I do own Javonte Williams in my home league, so I'm hoping that is the case.
Thanks, boys. See you. Love you. Got family to meet. Also have a great Thanksgiving. Yeah, appreciate that. And for us,
we'll have a great Thursday.
We'll have a great Thursday. I'll probably get some wraps and watch the Cowboys game. It should be a pretty meta play.
Yep.
Happy Thanksgiving, fellas. Would y'all start Freeman, Judy, or Pollard at flex half PPR? Give me Judy here.
Yeah, give me Judy there as well.
Yeah, even with the CD news, I would go with Judy over Pollard personally. What's up, guys? Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to all the Americans yet again. Zach Wilson or Baker for super flex?
Give me Zach Wilson.
Yeah.
Baker Mayfield is the like just has no upside whatsoever. Like his ceiling is like 200 yards and 2 touchdowns. And I think the game environment that they're going to be in, I do expect Chubb and Hunt to be the ones that do the damage. So I'll take Zach Wilson, the upside that he could go off against, bad Texans defense too. So
Schultz or Pitts PPR? Give me Kyle Pitts this week against the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah, I'll take Kyle Pitts as well.
Even though I do think it's going to be a Schultz week, I think Pitts' upside is too much to ignore.
Yep.
Cedric Wilson or Corey Davis?
I'll take Corey Davis there.
Yeah, this is gross, but I would slightly lean Davis.
Yeah,
hey guys,
I have Cedric Wilson right now. I'm going to see where I have him ranked exactly. I have him at 43 right now, so he's not like 100% a guy that I have to start this week. If you got to start him over a guy like, Cole Beasley or something like that, I'm okay with that. But if you have, Marvin Jones, Corey Davis, Emmanuel Sanders, Kadarius Toney, like these guys are inside my top 40. So I would rather start those guys than Cedric Wilson. He said, I mean to start too. I'm going to go back up to his question real quick.
Yeah, I think we actually answered it.
So he said start 3 full PPR, but he meant start 2. Josh Jacobs, Ty Johnson, Devontae Freeman. I'd honestly take the first 2. I would say Devontae Freeman against the Browns defense. Yeah, I'd rather start
Devontae Freeman over Ty Johnson.
Ty Johnson, a full PPR league, give me Ty Johnson to get the primary receiving workload with Michael Carter out. He's the only receiving back on that team.
Yeah, and I think he'll be a fine play, but I do still think, like, as much as I think Tevin Coleman's going to be dust, I think he's going to work in there. And Devontae Freeman, although Latavius Murray was back, showed that he's still the lead.
He didn't have Lamar, though.
He didn't have Lamar, but, like, what does that have to do with his splits with Latavius?
Taking away carries from him?
Oh, I'm saying in terms of splitting with Latavius, you have to also think that offense.
Right, but they're splitting 3 ways: Lamar, Latavius, and Freeman.
That's fair, but on the flip side,
it's a horrid matchup. It's a terrible matchup too.
I mean, DeAndre Swift didn't care about that matchup.
Yeah, DeAndre Swift is too good to be affected by matchup.
But I think the
Browns were 28th against the run before DeAndre Swift did that to them last week, and they're still 22nd against the run right now. So
and yeah, again, obviously, I don't expect Devontae Freeman to be as efficient as DeAndre Swift, but I still expect the Ravens offense to be able to move the ball. And when you get a guy like that, comparing a fringe option to Ty Johnson, I think the Ravens have a much better opportunity.
I have Ty Johnson inside my top 30 this week.
Okay, I'll bet you that right now.
Right, let's do it.
I also have Devontae Freeman inside my top 30. So
I have him outside my top 30. So
yeah.
Imagine betting on fucking Devontae Freeman in the year 2021.
I should betting on Ty Johnson. What?
Ty Johnson's better, man. He's better.
I don't know. We'll see about that.
Ty Johnson's had more big weeks than Devontae Freeman has this year, and he's been in a timeshare.
What? What are you talking about?
Ty Johnson was a top 10 running back 2 weeks in a row, like 3 weeks ago.
Devontae Freeman literally had 18 points last week.
Yeah, last week. 2 weeks ago, Ty Johnson was a top 10 running back, and 3 weeks ago, Ty Johnson was a top 10 running back.
Let me see Devontae Freeman, because he's actually had relevant weeks since he was been the starter, and he's actually
he's been solid. He's been solid. It's just they've had easy matchups, and they don't have an easy matchup this week. And Latavius and Lamar are both there to take away carries.
He's been, like, in terms of half PPR, he's been in double digits 4 of his last 5 games.
Yeah, no, he's been good. I'm just not starting him this week. Anyway,
all right, fair.
MBS or Aguilar PPR?
Give me Aguilar.
Question. Give me Aguilar. He's got a bit more upside, I would suppose, in the Titans matchup.
Yo, what's up, boys? I just did Waddle and Rodgers for Hopkins. I'm a lock for the playoffs. My other quarterback is Dak. Thoughts? Single quarterback league, I don't mind making that at all.
Oh, yeah. In a single QB league, I think that's a great move.
Ayuk or Mooney? Also, how confident are you in Ingram? I would slightly prefer Mooney this week, but I do also like Ayuk. In terms of how confident we are in Ingram, I don't think Ingram plays this week.
Yeah, and if he does play, like, I'm going to downgrade him a little bit. Like, I don't know how much, but like, I currently have Mark Ingram ranked at 24 right now, and I feel like that's like even might be a little too high. Like, I don't really know what to do with them right now. Like, would you rather start
I'm not ranking him.
Either of the Patriots running backs or Mark Ingram?
I would start the Patriots running backs. I don't think Ingram's going to play, bro.
Okay, let's say he does. So let's say he does. We know he's going to play. Let's say at like 440, it's like announced that Ingram's going to play. Would you rather start Mark Ingram or Melvin Gordon?
Like Allen's probably like fringe. Like what? Like where you have that ranked? Like 27, 28-ish?
Who? Gordon?
Like between those two, probably like, yeah.
Well, I have him 22 and 23.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Probably slightly Gordon.
Would you rather have Jacobs, Elijah Mitchell, Javonte Williams, or Mark Ingram?
Like if Ingram's, I would probably just go with those guys because like I don't know how.
Again, like I don't know how much they're going to use him. Right, with Tony Jones coming up, they're probably going to split the backfield a little bit more than they did the first time Kamara was out, where it was like all Ingram. Like I just don't think that's going to happen again. Plus, Ty Montgomery, I believe, is playing in this game too, and they might take away some pass catching work from Ingram. So I'm not like just going to throw Ingram into my lineup as a top 15 running back if he's playing. Like I would probably only start him as like a back end RB2.
Would you play Gallup over Elijah Moore? Yes, sir.
Yeah,
I would take Gallup over Moore this week.
Yep.
Happy Thanksgiving, guys. Full PPR, said Wilson or Devontae or Ayuk. Give me Devontae.
Not close.
Yeah. Finger plays, would you start him over Brandon Cooks, half PPR?
No,
I would just go with
I would rather start Brandon Cooks.
Start OBJ or Corey Davis if you give me OBJ.
Yeah, I'll take OBJ there.
Who should I start? Brandon Cooks versus the terrible Gallup? I go with Gallup over Cooks this week.
Yeah, I didn't hear that it's going to be a rainy day in New York. That definitely might change some things if you want to keep monitoring that. But I'm still going with Gallup regardless anyway. So
yep. Knox or Goddard PPR? I'd go with Goddard here slightly.
Yeah, I'll take Goddard as well.
Yeah. 1 point tight end premium, Gronk or Higbee. Give me Gronk. Yeah, pretty easily there. Gronk's been a force when he's been on the field, so I'll keep trusting that. Especially AB's not expected this week. He's expected next week. Right? Okay. Happy Thanksgiving. Need tight end and flex. Andrews, Kittle, Elijah Moore, or Jeff Wilson. So for your tight end, that is
both the tight ends.
Yeah, I agree there too. I would as well.
Yeah, I play Andrews and Kittle.
Especially in a non-PPR. Like I expect, obviously, Elijah Moore is going to be more of like a PPR appeal type of player like that he's kind of been these last few weeks.
Yeah, I mean, Jeff Wilson, maybe I play over one of those guys if Elijah Mitchell is out, but I don't know, man. I think Andrews and Kittle are your best options there. And I'd I don't know if you had your deadline or whatever, but I'd probably be looking to shop one of those guys if you can.
Yep, I agree. Also, Ingram if he plays or Elijah Moore. Just give me Elijah Moore there. I don't want to deal with like concerns about the workload with Ingram.
I'll just take Elijah Moore as well.
Yep. Gallup or DJ Moore PPR. I have to have them back to back, and that's another bet that we have, right?
Yeah.
Gallup versus Moore.
I have DJ Moore higher.
Yep, I have Gallup higher. Start sit in 2 different leagues, full PPR, Claypool or Ayuk, and Hawkinson or Schultz, half PPR, Higgins or Elijah Moore. That KS have a great turkey day. I appreciate that. In terms of the first question, Claypool or Ayuk, I think I have Ayuk like 1 spot higher.
Claypool or Ayuk, I have those guys pretty close, if I'm not mistaken.
I think I have Ayuk a little
I have
higher.
Claypool at 29 and Ayuk at 32, so I'll take Claypool there slightly.
I'll slightly go Ayuk. We can make that another one.
I'm not really confident in that one. I think it's kind of a toss-up. They're both similar.
That's fair. In terms of Hawkinson versus Schultz, this is close, but I'll slightly lean Hawkinson here.
Yeah, I'll take Hawkinson as well. And you said Higgins or Elijah Moore as well. Give me T. Higgins there.
Yeah. Would you trade Deontay Johnson for Keenan Allen? Yeah, give me Keenan.
Yeah, I'll take Keenan Allen there.
Mooney, AJ Brown, or Elijah Moore? Give me AJ Brown.
AJ Brown.
Said Wilson, Damien Harris, or Ty Johnson. Start one for flex PPR.
Damien Harris. That's probably who I'd go with there. I mean, like it's really hard to know what to do with the Patriots backfield right now. I'm willing to throw out Damien Harris for 1 more week, but if I see Ramondre, eke in on his workload again, or out touch him again like he did last week, then I'm probably not going to be starting Damien Harris going forward. But I think Damien Harris is still the safest of those guys that you have as an option.
Yep, I agree there. In terms of this question, pick 2: Aguilar, MVS, Boyd, or Robbie PPR. I would go with the final 2.
Boyd and Robbie.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, I probably would as well.
Yeah. Flex Ingram or James Robinson. James Robinson
easily.
Yeah. PPR Freiermuth or Hawkinson. Give me Hawkinson.
Yeah, I'll take Hawkinson there.
Traquan Smith or Emmanuel Sanders. I'll go with Emmanuel
Sanders
here. Yeah, much easier matchup.
Yep.
And who should you start out of? Higgins, Bateman, Gallup, Miles Sanders, or Jeff Wilson? Pick 2. I would go with Gallup and Higgins here.
It's man, it's close to me between Gallup and Miles Sanders.
I go Gallup over Sanders.
But I'd probably go with Gallup as well. I don't know, man. If Mitchell plays, does Mitchell start over any of those guys?
Nah.
I think I would start Mitchell over Gallup if he play. But like, yeah, I guess you're not going to know that at the time. So I would just definitely throw Gallup into your lineup. And then if Mitchell plays, then you got a tough decision between Higgins and Mitchell. Going forward, all those guys would be like in very similar like flex consideration for me though. So that's a really tough decision, to be honest.
Agreed. Fire up Gallup. Yep. AJ Brown or Mooney. Give me AJ Brown there, IK.
Yep.
Pollard or Emmanuel Sanders, PPR. Give me Emmanuel there, Mosh.
Yep.
Know if I should flex Melvin Gordon or Josh Jacobs in my second flex position. I think I have Jacobs like one spot higher.
I have Jacobs a little higher, so I'd go with Josh Jacobs there.
I have Jacobs at 21 and Melvin Gordon at 24. Dak or Newton? Give me Dak here, Alex. I know obviously it's going to be tough without his top 2 weapons, but I think at this point, I kind of just want to see one more week out of Newton to know if he's like, back from a fantasy standpoint. So I would go with Dak because I think it's a more solidified option. What do you think here, Bush?
Sorry, I just got a DM. Someone made me laugh. Dak. Oh yeah, Coach Bruce just said, "Happy Thanksgiving, brother." I'm fucking Canadian, but sure. Give me Dak there. Even with CD out, I'm still gonna play Dak over him.
And Dino was offered Mahomes for Herbert and Claypool. Oh, what are your thoughts here? I probably still stick to Herbert and Claypool, but that's
Mahomes for Herbert and Claypool. I'd rather have Mahomes, I think.
That's close, man. That's like literally
that is. I think I would need a better wide receiver to move off of Mahomes for Herbert. The security of Mahomes is just too much. I would need probably like a. I'm trying to think who's a bit better than Claypool. I'd probably need like a DJ Moore.
Ooh,
someone like that.
Yeah, I mean,
it's like Mahomes is Mahomes, man. Like it's hard to move off of Mahomes for Dynasty.
Like I understand the rationale though. Like Herbert from a physical standpoint is pretty close to Mahomes. You're getting 4 years younger. You're getting, in my opinion, if you want to value Claypool in terms of like pick value, Claypool is probably worth what, a 2022 like mid to late first, give or take, probably mid first. 2022 mid first, give or take. Yeah. So I mean, theoretically, Herbert in a 2022 mid first, you're basically moving from the 6th overall startup pick to the 1st overall startup.
Yeah, but to me, the tier gap between Mahomes and Herbert is big enough that it's. Yeah,
that's fair. That's a really close offer though.
In a one quarterback dynasty league, he didn't say it was super flex. In a one quarterback dynasty league, I would do this, but in a super flex, I wouldn't.
Yeah, that's fair. Which 2 do you play? Higgins, Judy, Ayuk, OBJ, half PPR. Thanks. I would go with Higgins and Ayuk.
Higgins, Judy, Ayuk, OBJ. I would go with I'd go with Judy's tough, man. I want to like put Judy into my lineup like confidently, but I can't like get there quite yet with Judy. So I probably also would go with Higgins and Ayuk, but it's pretty close.
I have a dilemma where it's Dylan, Monty, or Jones PPR. I don't think Aaron Jones is playing this week. But even if you have Aaron Jones and AJ Dillon,
he was practicing yesterday, so it is possible that he plays. But I think they should be smart and just let him rest for the week. They're going on bye in week 13, so to me it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to play him.
And honestly too, if you have both Packers running backs, just play the one that plays. Like if Jones plays, you play Jones. If Jones doesn't play, you play Dillon.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think Dillon without Jones is very comparable, probably higher than Monty regardless.
Yeah, I actually do. If you had the decision straight up Dillon versus Montgomery, I probably would just play Montgomery.
Yeah, I mean, like, but
I'd rather play Montgomery. I have Montgomery in my top 6 running backs this week, so I would probably just play Montgomery here.
Yeah. If Jones misses, I'll bet you that. Dillon over Montgomery. That one's close though, but yeah.
I think you're overestimating how bad the Lions defense is.
Oh, I think it's bad too, but I also think that AJ Dillon is a workhorse once Aaron Jones leaves the game, and the Packers-Rams game.
That's the guy that played 95% of the snaps last week.
Yeah, and I know Montgomery's a workhorse too, but we're still talking about the Bears offense led by Andy Dalton, and we're also talking about the Packers-Rams game that should absolutely blow up.
Aaron Rodgers with his toe injury is basically Andy Dalton, is what I've heard on Twitter.
So. Yo, he's got COVID toe, bro.
Yeah, literally. Yeah.
Happy Thanksgiving, gentlemen. Happy Thanksgiving to all of our Americans, including you, Nathan. PPR, Debo or Deontay Johnson. Give me Debo there, Zach.
Yeah, Debo's a must start. You can't say Debo at this point.
Gaskin, Ty Johnson, or JD McKissick full PPR.
You're gonna call me crazy again. I have Ty Johnson the highest out of these
I don't
guys,
call you crazy here because I mean, if I had any conviction on Myles Gaskin against the freaking Carolina Panthers defense, I'd be an idiot.
That's why I like Gaskin's
workload
is way safer than Ty Johnson's, but mediocre running back like Gaskin ain't doing shit against a run defense like Carolina. So give me in full PPR. The most involved guy in the passing game here is McKissick, but we don't really know. His is all kind of game script dependent, which could be the case against the Seahawks on Monday night. But I would take Ty Johnson here unless we get, a bad weather game and it's going to be really low scoring. And in that case, I would go with Gaskin, but I'll take Ty Johnson.
I'd go with Ty Johnson as well there. I agree. Tougher matchup for Gaskin, obviously. Flex position, PPR, Emmanuel Sanders, Ramondre Stevenson, or Laviska Shenault. I'd go with Emmanuel Sanders here, TA.
I also would go with Emmanuel Sanders.
AJ Dillon or C Pat full PPR. I mean, we're not going to know the true answer to this until Sunday because obviously C Patterson's questionable and Aaron Jones is questionable. So
if they're both playing, if Jones is out and Patterson plays, I would start AJ Dillon.
Yeah, I agree there. Tim Patrick or T Higgins. Give me T Higgins there, Connor.
Yep.
Nothing like a random Thursday full of football. What's our picks today? Don't see any underdogs winning today. I mean,
speaking of underdogs, by the way, if you guys do want to play some, Thanksgiving, betting and stuff like that, you guys can go to Underdog Fantasy right now and deposit anything. And of course, if you haven't signed up already, use promo code FSE when you sign up. But you can deposit anything, even if you already have an Underdog account, and they will double your deposit. So they have tournaments going right now. They're like 4-person drafts where you can draft a player, like a team of like 5 players against like 3 other people, and it's like a little like DFS kind of tournament. So that's something super fun. If you guys don't like playing traditional DFS like DraftKings, FanDuel, you can go on Underdog and do that. And it's like you deposit $25 and you'll get $50 on the site to work with, and you can play in the 2 turkey tournaments that you can play in.
Yeah, and they actually match your deposit up till $100. So if you deposit $100, you'll have $200 on your account. Obviously, if you deposit 90 on your or 180 on your account, so on and so forth. They'll basically match anything you deposit up until your first 100. So, heck, you want to put $100 on your account? Guess what? You'll have $200 to work with.
Yeah, exactly. And we are playing some Thanksgiving DFS around here too. So
we love this. We love it. In terms of underdogs winning today, I mean, I don't
give me the Lions. Give me the Lions.
That's the only one I can see.
That's the one that sticks out to me as the team that could potentially win. Maybe the Saints because they're just like a well-coached team. I could see them potentially winning, but I think the Cowboys probably take care of business today. I don't see the Raiders matching up too well against them, but I mean, it's football. Anybody could win any single week, so I don't want to discount the Raiders, but I think I would, if I had to pick which underdog wins today, I would say the Lions.
Yeah, I agree with that. Who should I start? Ced Wilson or Corey Davis? I would slightly lean Davis there, but that's pretty close there. Jay Good.
Yeah, I'll take Corey Davis as well.
Need 2 to start in Superflex, Tanny, Burrow, and Cam. I'm actually going to go with Burrow and Cam here.
Yeah, I would also go with Burrow and Cam.
Myers, Boyd, or Shepard, PPR. This is close. I mean, I don't know like how Shepard coming.
I don't think Shepard's going to play based on what I've seen. If Shepard plays, I would start him. But if he's not playing, I'd probably just go with Jacoby Myers there.
Yeah, I'd probably go Jacoby Myers as well, or Corey Davis.
I'd start Corey Davis over all those guys, so I'll go Corey Davis.
CH for Montgomery, full PPR, good trade. I get Monty.
Give me Montgomery every day and twice on Sunday.
The full Monty David, please. Yep. Bears D or Raiders D with Dak not having any. Yeah, don't start the Raiders defense. Give me the Bears there.
Yeah, Bears defense for sure.
I'm thinking I'm starting Cam over Burrow. I don't mind making that move, honestly. Let me check the matchups real quick.
Cam plays the Dolphins. Burrow plays the AFC North team, the Steelers.
I have Newton higher. I'll go Newton.
It's really close, man. The Bengals are at home, which definitely helps them out a little bit. I think I would start Burrow over Cam slightly, but it is pretty close.
Yeah, I agree. I would go with Cam, but I agree with it being a slight decision. What's up, guys? Should I drop Galladay for MVS? No,
I'd rather have Galladay.
Yeah. Full PPR.
If you guys haven't had your trade deadline, by the way, throw a small piece at the Kenny Galladay owner, because Kenny Galladay does have a little bit of upside still to produce at a high, like a mid wide receiver 2 level, and he's just like, his value is just basement level right now. So if you haven't had your trade deadline, like throw Jacoby Myers at the Kenny Galladay owner, because I think there's more upside with a guy like Kenny Galladay than there is with a guy like Jacoby Myers.
Yeah, I agree. In terms of this question, Elijah Moore or Ayuk, I would slightly prefer Elijah Moore here. I think they're both in my top 28.
Higher in my rankings right now.
I have more in my top 25, bro.
Really, eh?
Yeah.
I have Elijah Moore at 26 right now, and I think I would start him over Ayuk. Yeah, so I'd go with Elijah Moore. Sorry, I have him at 25, not 26.
Would you start Russ or Tyrod Taylor? Russ is Birmingham. I would still go with Russ there, Steven.
Yeah, I'd still go Russ there.
Swift over Hopkins for playoffs. I mean, yeah.
Give me DeAndre Swift over DeAndre Hopkins for sure.
Sounds like a bet. Yep, we bet. I have Emmanuel Sanders. Who do I try to get? I mean, like you would have seen some comparable offers for certain guys, right, Bush? Like, do you know if you saw
Emmanuel Sanders? Who do I try and get? I'd go after, if you can go after a guy like, I mean, like you're probably not going to be able to get a guy like Elijah Moore, Brandon Ayuk, because they've been performing a little better. Maybe you add a small piece to this, see if you can get like a Jerry Jeudy, Chase Claypool type. I would probably go for somebody like that. If you're dead set on moving Sanders, which I probably wouldn't be, because I think he has, kind of boomer bust upside. You kind of have to deal with his up and downs. I'm okay trying to move him for somebody like Marvin Jones if you want to get somebody similar and a similar tier there, or Kadarius Toney or something like that.
Yep. So do you have where we left off here quick? All right, we actually got a super chat from Grotesque. He says, rest of the season ranked tight ends, Schultz, Henry, and Dan Arnold half PPR. Need to drop one. So if I'm going to actually rank these guys, I'm going to go with Schultz, Arnold, and Henry in that order. Listen, like Henry's involvement, we wanted it to be a little bit more. He's extremely touchdown or bust on really an offense that, it's going to be good looking offense, going to be able to move the ball. But at the end of the day here, Mac Jones's passing ceiling on a week-to-week basis isn't necessarily going to be there. So I would prefer, obviously, Schultz getting thrown the ball by Dak Prescott, one of the best offenses in the league, and Dan Arnold, who has proven to be able to get targets aside from last week. So I'll go with those two.
I'll go with the same order as well. With Henry, like he is very involved clearly in their red zone play calling. So they try and get him the ball in the red zone, but Dan Arnold, they just lost Jamal Agnew, which I mean doesn't sound like a big loss, but he was commanding targets. So him and Marvin Jones should see a slight uptick in terms of their target output. So I will also go Schultz, then Dan Arnold, then Hunter Henry.
Yep, and again, as always, appreciate that $4.99 super chat, Grotesque.
Yep, I got James E says happy Thanksgiving. Appreciate
that.
Chicago, DST or Cincinnati. I will take
Chicago.
I'll take Chicago as well, but Cincinnati's a solid start as well.
Ty Johnson or JD? Give me Ty Johnson there, Nikki.
Yeah, I'll take Ty Johnson as well.
Are we starting Mitchell, Ingram, or Bateman today at the flex? Mitchell, Elijah.
Yeah, if that's Elijah Mitchell, I would like to see him play.
I would just wait on that, honestly.
Yeah, if Elijah Mitchell doesn't play, just start Bateman. Is probably what I would do.
Agreed. AJ Dillon if Aaron Jones is out, or Miles Sanders, Waddle, or Tony. So AJ Dillon if Aaron Jones is out is a must start pretty much. In terms of Waddle versus Tony, give me Waddle there. Because I think Tony's also dealing with an injury right now.
Right, and Waddle to me is just way safer of a target share anyway.
Agreed. Cordero Henderson, RB2 slot. Give me Henderson there, Daryl.
I'll take Henderson as well.
It's hard to ignore, but again, as always, Henderson is the lead back on one of the best offenses in the league. So I'll keep
that game is expected to be pretty high scoring as well, too.
Yep. What's up, guys? What's up, Leo? Which two would you start out? Devontae, T. Higgins, and Brandon Ayuk, full PPR. So I would go with Smith and Higgins here, but I
have Higgins one spot really higher than Smith.
Yeah.
Oh, it's which two? Okay, yeah. Good. Give me Smith and Higgins there.
Could you rank Schultz, Goddard, and Gesicki for me? Full PPR and starting Hurts. I would rank it as Goddard, Gesicki, Schultz. But
I have Gesicki the highest out of these guys.
I mean, that's really close. Like those guys are probably all in an order for me.
I would go Gesicki, Goddard, Schultz is the way I would rank these guys. But again, they're like all tight end 6 to 8 for me in my rankings.
Yeah.
Like
I actually do have Gesicki higher than Goddard. I have Gesicki at 6, Goddard at 7, Gronk 8, and then Schultz 9. So
yeah, I think I might have him in the same order if I checked right now. So I would go with Gesicki the highest. In a full PPR league, his target share has been the safest of those guys.
Yep. Kevin says, hey, gents, happy Thanksgiving. Again, happy Thanksgiving to all the Americans here. Standard pick 2, Judy, Waddle, Smith, Claypool. Also, if Ingram out, Coleman or Freeman. So for the first question, Judy, Waddle, Smith, Claypool, pick 2. I have Devontae.
Waddle and Smith.
I was about to say I have Devontae Smith and Waddle the highest here, but Claypool is pretty close. Also, if Ingram's out, Tevin Coleman or Devontae Freeman. Freeman not even close.
Yeah, I'm not starting Tevin Coleman.
Elijah Moore, we're starting with Wilson coming back. Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely. Elijah Moore.
Anybody that's concerned about Elijah, and I really hope this doesn't happen because everybody's going to just blame it on Zach Wilson. Then if Elijah Moore comes out, gets like 4 targets, everyone's going to be like, oh, we bring back Joe Flacco. We need Joe Flacco. It's whatever. if the game is not like a complete dumpster fire weather-wise, which somebody pointed out already, I expect Elijah Moore to be heavily involved. And I think Zach Wilson's probably going to have one of his better games of the year, I think, against the Texans too.
Yep, I agree there. Gallup, Elijah Moore, Ayuk this week. PPR rank them if close. Appreciate it. So I would go with Gallup here as a start in terms of ranking them. I would actually rank them in the order you wrote them there.
Yeah, same.
Here, click the next question, please.
Yep. Freaking out about AJ Brown, thinking of starting Mooney or Elijah Moore instead of Brown full PPR. Don't do it. I know AJ Brown has had 2 bad games in a row, but this guy legitimately has commanded 8+ targets in every game that he's been healthy this year, except for the game against Marshawn Lattimore. It's the only one that he didn't have 8+ targets in. And AJ Brown is a freak of nature that you will be kicking yourself if you get a long AJ Brown touchdown and you're like, why didn't I have this guy in my lineup? Because he's a wide receiver 1 for me still rest of the season. I really don't care what he's been doing. His target share is completely safe. He's a 30% target share alpha wide receiver 1 that is one of the best receivers in the league.
Yep, I agree there. Gronk or Dallas tight end, I don't remember the name. Dalton Schultz. I actually have Gronk 1 spot higher there.
Yeah, I'll take Gronk there as well.
Really close though. How confident are y'all on Patterson playing this week? Should I risk it or play Beasley tonight? I'd probably just risk it for Patterson because you should have some replacement level options that are.
Yeah, I think the difference between Patterson and Beasley is pretty big to me. So I would go just wait on Patterson, and then if you're screwed and you have to play Robbie Anderson or some shit, I'm better off doing that than playing a guy like Beasley and kicking myself if Patterson plays.
Yep, no, I agree there. Should we be worried about T. Higgins? I thought targets were supposed to be funneled towards their top 2, but Boyd lead the team. Yeah, I mean, T. Higgins has still been getting a phenomenal target share, about 25%.
Their top 2 targets, Chase and Higgins, have like a 60% target share on the season. Yeah. So they absolutely are getting the targets. And not only that, but they're like 65-70% of the air yards between those 2 guys, and like 80% of the end zone targets between those 2 wide receivers. So yes, Boyd might have led the team in targets, but Boyd gets the 3rd and 4 third down conversion targets. He doesn't get anything valuable in that offense. So I am still starting Higgins with absolute confidence. There's a guy on Twitter, Jacob Sanderson, tweeted out a side-by-side of Pittman and Higgins, their target shares, air yard shares, everything. And it's like identical. They're basically both number 1 wide receivers. The only difference is that Chase is like a super number 1 wide receiver in his offense.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you actually look at the targets prior to this past week, he had 7, 6, 15, 6, 8. Like that's as consistent as it can come. It's just the unfortunate thing is he hasn't been able to get into the end zone. So
yeah, he has 0 touchdowns over the last 6 games.
Yeah, like if he scores at least 1 touchdown in that stretch, like you're not complaining. Anywhere's with Dillon versus the Rams, not at all, honestly.
No, as long as Aaron Jones is out, I'm still going to start Dillon as a top 12 guy.
Knox or Gronk, full PPR. Give me Gronk there, AJ.
I will also take Gronk slightly.
Chubb and Javonte for Kamara and Corey Davis. I would just go with Kamara here. It's enough of a discrepancy with injuries.
It's definitely close. Javonte definitely. I think I would take Chubb and Javonte, to be honest. It all depends what you need, right? If you're looking for that one stud to upgrade your starting lineup and depth isn't that important to you, then I'm okay going with the Kamara side. But if you're looking to fill out your roster a little bit more evenly, then I don't mind Chubb and Javonte, because there is a chance that Javonte is, a 70% opportunity share running back as soon as this week coming out of the bye week.
Yep. That's fair. Galladay, V. Jeff, or Deontay Harris, PPR.
Could be Damian Harris as well.
I go Damian Harris if that's Damian
Harris. If that's Damian Harris, give me Damian Harris. If that's Deontay Harris, give me Kenny Galladay.
Yeah, I agree. Is Lamb playing? No, he is not ISO. Also, Gibson or Higgins, full PPR. Give me Higgins there.
Yeah, I'll take Higgins as well.
We already answered that. Gronk or Fant. Give me Gronk there. Justin, sorry, I don't know what that was. Yawn or something. Fellas, love the stream. A couple huge questions. Need a flex in receiver 2. More Odell, Patterson, Beckham, Knox, Devontae Smith, Claypool. Thank you. Happy Thanksgiving. So I would actually go with Elijah Moore and Devontae Smith.
Give me Smith and Moore. Yeah, that's what I would go with.
Jack says, do I start T, Mike Williams, or Ingram? I think T. I agree with you. I would also go T. Yep. James Conner or for Elijah Mitchell. That's probably decently fair.
I think I'd rather have James Conner.
Yeah, I would too.
And Elijah Mitchell slightly. I mean, it's closer because Connor's on bye this week, so it depends, if you need a win or not. If that's I don't know if you're saying
Elijah Mitchell might miss too.
Yeah, Elijah Mitchell might miss the game, so I think I would just go with James Conner there. He's attached to the better offense, and he's a workhorse usage.
We got the boy Cino in the chat. You absolutely love to see it. That's my dog. Full PPR, Flex Bateman, Emmanuel Sanders, Eddie Wilson with Lamb and Coop out. I would go with
I take Bateman there.
Yeah, I would go with Bateman. Thoughts on 49ers Vikings game Sunday? I expect it to be high scoring.
Yeah, I mean, it could be like a run. It could be like a run heavy game too, depending on one of those guys. It should be interesting. I could see it going anywhere from like a 30 to 27 type of game to being like a 20 to 14.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Anytime I see the Vikings on a slate, I always want to bet the over.
Yeah, they're very kind of volatile in terms of their scoring. They either like slow games down or speed games up. There's no in between.
Yeah, for real. Lindsey worth a pickup in Miami. Now he's basically just he's basically just Myles Gaskin.
Yeah, like it hurts Myles Gaskin. That's really all it does for me.
Yeah, for real. So we left off on market. We actually got a super chat from Steven. Appreciate it a lot. $10 super chat says, just wanted to support the channel again, boys. It means a lot, man. I'm 5-6. Do you think I have a chance of making the playoffs with this roster? Kyler, Russ, DK, Chase, Cooks, Gallup, Najee, Chubb, Pollard, Pitts, and Arnold.
I don't really see too many weaknesses on your roster, so I would say yes, you absolutely have a chance to make the playoffs. It sucks that you're 5-6. I'm guessing you're 5-6 because of Kyler's injury and Pitts underperforming at some points, Chubb being out for a couple games here and there. So probably just unfortunate. But if you can get into the dance, if you can squeeze into the 6 or the 5 slot, then you have a chance to win the championship with this team.
No, I absolutely agree there. You got the superstar talent mixed with good depth there. Obviously, Cooks and Gallup, decent depth pieces at receiver. Pollard's a decent depth running back, and obviously Arnold's been performing as a depth tight end. So I like your roster there. And again, as always, appreciate that $10 super chat, Steven.
Yep.
Yeah, where we left off, right?
Yeah, it's Mark right here. Hawk or Fant, half PPR. Give me TJ Hawkinson there, Mark.
Yep, I agree there.
Is Freeman the man, or could Murray take over? Now, I don't think Murray's going to take over necessarily. I think Freeman is still the starting running back of the team. I don't expect an efficient game this week against a tough matchup with Lamar coming back, also taking away carries. And then, of course, Murray. It was his first game back off a multi-week absence last week, so he might be ramped up a little bit more. We could see kind of like the Dobbins-Edwards role kind of play out for those two guys. The only difference is obviously Freeman isn't nearly as efficient as J.K. Dobbins was in his role last year.
Maybe. Jones is a game time decision. Yeah, appreciate that, Rubio. Y'all have any underdog bets today? I just got here. We actually just talked about it, but I don't mind the lines.
Underdog is in the underdogs or underdog fantasy bets.
Yeah, let us know. If Ingram, Freeman, Ramondre, pick up David Johnson. Give me Freeman there out of those options, Desmond.
I would rather start Ramondre Stevenson than Freeman.
It's close.
Also, it's not close for me. I have Ramondre at 25.
Okay, I'll bet that then.
All right.
Also,
you put a lot of faith in Devontae Freeman right now.
I don't think I think you're discounting him a little too much. I don't think he's that good, but fuck, it's a lead running back on the fucking Ravens, for crying out loud. Also, one wide receiver in flex: Bateman, Cedric Wilson, Myers, Landry, Jeff Wilson, full PPR. I'd go with Bateman and Landry.
Yeah, I would as well. If Mitchell is out, I would play Jeff Wilson and Bateman.
Yeah.
If Mitchell plays, then I'll go Bateman and Landry.
I agree with that. Happy Thanksgiving. You too, Spicy. Cooper playing. If not, y'all are about yeah, fuck. I
think they were going to run the fuck out of the ball regardless if Cooper played or
we're absolutely going to set the tone on you guys. But no, Cooper is out with COVID. Let's go Ron. Once or two. Give me Wentz there, Johnny.
Yeah, I'll take Wentz.
Elijah Moore, Corey Davis rest of the season. It's Elijah Moore's not even close.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say it's not even close, but I would say it's Elijah Moore for sure.
Tony over Galladay. Yep, I agree with you, Crackshot. So much I love football. This first game's gonna be.
I'm such a degenerate that I'm like so excited to watch this. Jared Goff versus Andy Dalton.
Absolutely, it's gonna be an atrocity, but I'm gonna enjoy it.
I have DeAndre Swift in my home league, which helps obviously. So I get to watch one of my best players play right away.
I think I have Bears defense. I know that.
Yeah.
Healthy Shepard squash any Tony upside rest of the season.
Honestly, we don't know yet. We haven't seen them on the field together, both healthy. So I'd like to think that it's going to raise all tides kind of thing. Like the offense will just get better with Shepard, Tony, Galladay, and Saquon all out there. But we don't really know what they're going to do usage-wise with Tony once Shepard is back. Are they going to dial his routes back or move him to the outside, play him in the slot? We really don't know because we haven't seen all three of those receivers out there together.
Yep, I agree today. Keenan Allen or Michael Gallup? Give me Keenan there, Mark.
Yeah, I'll take Keenan Allen there pretty easily.
Gronk or Hawk and Elijah Moore, Jamar Chase. So for the first question, I would take Hawkinson over Gronk. For the second question, Jamar Chase.
Yeah, not. There's no way you sit Jamar Chase for sure.
Eckler, Swift, Mixon, Dillon, pick 3.
Good problem to have.
As much as I like Dillon without Jones, I'm sitting him here.
Yeah, I would still, even if Dylan is alone in that backfield, I would still sit Dylan.
Yep, I agree there. Y'all streaming all day? We're streaming until 12, like 25-ish before the game starts, so we can set our lineups if we have anything to do.
I already set mine, so I can go till 12:30, but...
Okay. Tony Pollard gets number 2 RB points today. Like RB2 points?
RB2 overall is what he's saying?
Like, I think RB2, like, as in, like, 13
or 24. Gets number 2 RB point. Okay, so is Tony Pollard an RB2? I think he could be. I think Pollard, without CeeDee Lamb and Amari Cooper, they could use him more, like, creatively. And I just think this game plan going into this game has to be to run the ball anyway. Because this is a run funnel defense. So I could see them, giving... We've seen Tony Pollard get 12-plus touches in half of his games this year. And when you look at which games they were typically defenses that were bad against the run, and the Cowboys would go into the game with a game plan to run the ball. So I could definitely see Pollard being an RB2 on the week this week with Zeke and him probably getting 35 carries each.
I can see it, but my expectations would more so be like top 30.
Yeah, 35 carries combined, not each.
Yeah. Daniel, you're a big Cowboys fan. Are you concerned about Dak with Lamb? I mean, to a degree, obviously losing a stud like CeeDee Lamb, who is one of the best up-and-coming receivers in the league, it's going to hurt any offense. But I still think, obviously, Dak, one of the best quarterbacks in the league. You still have Schultz. Hopefully those fucking ancillary receivers actually come to play this week, because Dak played bad last week, but, man, Noah Brown played awful. Cedric Wilson played awful. The offensive line played awful. The whole fucking offense played awful. So I really want to see those guys step up. I really want to see those guys actually come down with the plays, because Cedric Wilson, for what we saw when Michael Gallup was out, was performing as a solid number 3 wide receiver. This week he's going to have to step up and be the number 2, but I think that's going to be evened out to a certain degree, because you got Pollard, you got Zeke, you got Dalton Schultz helping to contribute as well. So I'm not worried about Dak, but obviously from a fantasy standpoint, I'm tempering my expectations in terms of where I expect him to be. He's more so like a mid to back end quarterback one for me this week, rather than obviously the high end quarterback one he would be ranking against Las Vegas otherwise.
Yep. I'm doing like the most contrarian lineup ever on FanDuel right now. I want to see how it goes. But I'll show you it in a second. Just keep going.
Yeah. Okay. Start 1 PPR, Hawkinson or Van Jefferson. Give me Hawkinson there. Mitch. Also good Cowboys. I see the Prescott jersey you have on.
True.
Yeah, like nice little Prescott there. You love to see it. Keenan Allen or McLaurin rest of the season. Give me Keenan Allen. We actually made a video on rest of the season rankings just last week, so you can check that out, Ham. Allen, Paul, I fully agree. Does it sound good? Starting Henderson, Javonte, sitting Patterson, and starting Ayuk and Elijah Moore and sitting Claypool. Looks good to me, though. If Patterson plays, I would start him over Javonte. That's the only thing I'd say.
Yeah.
Happy Thanksgiving, fellas. Dalton Schultz turkey leg today. Yeah, hopefully. I mean,
is it always the 4:00 game that they do that for?
Yeah, pretty much.
Turkey leg thing. I feel like that's the 4:00 game that is usually the turkey leg game, right?
Yeah.
I could see low key. I don't know why I have this kind of sinking feeling that it's going to be a Tony Pollard smash game. I don't know why. I just think he's just going to go off.
Yep. Also, side note, the chat later on is saying Ingram is out. So
Ingram is officially out.
Yep.
Wow.
You can't sit more. Agreed. Saquon or AJ Dillon. I go with Saquon there, Brendan. I'm assuming you agree, Bush.
Yes. Give me Saquon there.
Jones Jr. today. I mean, with Ingram out, it's not a terrible option. Probably like fringe.
Should I? I have a start set question myself then. If Tony Jones is going to be alone in that backfield. In my home league, I have Tony Jones on my bench because I picked him up yesterday. I have in my flex right now, I have Javonte Williams and Marvin Jones. You messing with Tony Jones over any of those guys? Or you stick with those guys?
Who are the 2 you have in?
Marvin Jones and Javonte are my flexes right now. My running backs are Gibson and Swift, so I'm
full PPR.
It's half PPR. I think I'm probably just going to sit Jones.
Yeah,
it's a tough matchup. I'm probably not
between the Jones Juniors, obviously, but
yeah, Marvin Jones against the Falcons. Like I
would go with Marvin there. Yeah,
there, especially with Agnew out now.
Like if it was a better matchup for Tony Jones, I'd be more willing to do it. But
yeah, same.
Hawkinson or Freiermuth, give me Hawk. Pick one PPR. Pollard, Schultz, or Tony. Tony is actually like dealing with a quad contusion right now. If I knew he was healthy, I'd pick him. But because I don't know he's healthy,
give me Pollard.
Yeah, I would go with Pollard there as well.
PPR is a little sketchy because Schultz could see a big workload in this one, so that one's close. But I think I would go with Pollard there.
Yeah, Galladay for MVS. No, keep Galladay. We said
Canal. So how do you feel about Patterson and Waddle? I'd rather start Waddle if that's a decision that you have to make, but they're both fine if you have to start them both.
Yep, I agree with that. Happy Thanksgiving from Germany, guys. Appreciate that.
Hey, well, it's not a holiday for either of us, so
amen.
Happy Thursday.
Yeah, happy Thursday. Pick 3 in full PPR: Montgomery, Saquon, Robinson, Chubb, Fournette. Love your channel, and holy crap, what a running back room! But to start off this question, I think Saquon and Chubb are probably pretty much locked and loaded in the lineup. Hey, what do you think of this? I think Saquon and Chubb are pretty much locked in, and then it's between Montgomery, Robinson, Fournette. I would go with Montgomery there.
Montgomery, to me, is the highest ranked running back on this list in my rankings.
Damn, so you'd go with Montgomery, Saquon, Chubb?
I have Montgomery RB5 this week.
So you have Montgomery, Saquon, Chubb then, right?
Yes. Yeah, that's the way order I have it.
Actually, I have Montgomery in my one league.
I might actually have Robinson higher than Chubb. Hold on. Robinson, I have pretty high this week because he's got a really good matchup. I actually literally have him back to back. I'm 12 and 13. I have Chubb a bit higher though.
Yeah, that's fair. Hopefully Montgomery does do the Lord's work because I have him in my home league.
Yeah.
What do we do with Sermon and Dino? Honestly, if you have Sermon, like
I'm so mad that I have him in the listener league because I didn't want him, but he was like falling, and I was like, yeah, we got a 22-year-old running back that fell, or there was like a 3rd round pick. I'll take a shot on him, and I knew I should have just waited and taken Mitchell later instead.
Yeah, if you can get any type of 2 for him at this point, I'd fucking do it.
I don't think anybody's going to give you that, to be honest.
If it's a 3, I'd probably just
hold him at that point.
Yeah, I agree with that. Also, keep track where we left off here. We got another super chat from Smooth. Pick 2: Tony, Jones, Pollard, or Lockett full PPR. I would go with I would sit Pollard out of these options.
Yeah.
Though it is pretty close in a full PPR between him and Jones, but I'll trust the workload a little bit more for Jones here.
That one's really close, man. That's a judgment call for sure. I might lean Pollard there.
Yeah,
that's really close,
I don't blame you. Like, that's extremely close.
By the way, Arnold's texting me right now. He said, should I play Cedric Wilson? He's like, guys, just kind of butterbeans, don't want to play him. But he goes, playing Freiermuth right now or Jacoby. He's like, should you go Pat Freiermuth in the flex, Jacoby Myers in the flex, or Cedric Wilson in the flex? Who would you play?
Myers.
I think I'd go Myers probably.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Also, I got Mooney, Renfro, Gallup. Holy fuck, I have so many guys playing on Thursday right now. Dude, look at my team in our listener league. I have Prescott, Pollard, Mooney, Gallup, Diggs, Hawkinson, Renfro today.
Your whole team is playing. That's funny.
Jesus Christ. That's actually insane.
I gotta move Tony Jones up. Where the fuck is he? Tony Jones. I'm gonna move him. Where am I gonna put this guy, man?
Dude, I don't even know.
Would you rather start Ty Johnson or Tony Jones? I'm like way higher on Ty Johnson than you. So
no, I actually don't mind Ty Johnson. I would go with him there.
Would you go with the Patriots running backs or Tony Jones?
Patriots running backs?
Harris or Stevenson?
Both of them.
Over Tony Jones?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I'm going to drop Tony Jones right behind Ty Johnson.
I don't mind
27.
that. I'm just setting my lineups.
Yeah. Sorry, if we didn't get all the questions, we're probably not going to before 12:30. But looking to upgrade my roster, who can I trade Chubb and Ayuk for? In a traditional redraft league, Chubb and Ayuk. If you can fetch like DeAndre Swift for that, I'd probably be looking to do something like that. What do you think you could get for Chubb and Ayuk? You think you get up to Swift with that?
Easily. I hope for higher. I'd try to get Eckler.
I don't think you're going to get Eckler for that.
Maybe not Eckler, but like Dalvin Cook.
Yeah, if you could go after Dalvin Cook, Eckler, obviously, Kamara, that's probably what I'd be looking to do there, Hamp. Underdog props today, so yeah, I'm guessing he's seeing underdog fantasy props. I don't really do underdog fantasy props very often because I'm not good at them. To be honest, it's not because I don't like them. I just suck at them. Danny has a couple that he has.
Yeah, I was about to say, quick side note. It's gonna sound super gross. Who would you rather start this week, Kenyon Drake or Dontrell Hilliard?
I'll take Drake there.
Gross though. I got absolutely stiffed by Kamara this week.
Yeah, it's brutal. I have to start Rex Burkhead in the Bitcoin league, so
pain. Yeah.
Wentz or Jimmy G. Give me Wentz there. Johnny C, is that Tony Jones? Yes. Got Mooney over 5 receptions. Demon over 100 or 102 combined yards. Goff over. So you're going full over mode on that first game. That's a bold strategy, Bryson. I think that game's probably going to be pretty low scoring if I had to guess.
Yep, I agree there. But
I'm in the same boat, Johnny C. Maybe we can get Danny Bush thoughts on his ceiling. Yeah, Tony Jones, man. Like I'm just not overly excited about starting this dude. He's a very average level, like not prospect because he's in the NFL, but like the type of player he is. He's not like very explosive. He's kind of a plotter. So what you're going to need out of Tony Jones is a touchdown. And this Bills run defense, aside from Derrick Henry and Jonathan Taylor, has clamped everybody, right? Like those two guys went off, but those guys are those guys. Like they're not Tony Jones. So I don't think Tony Jones is going to have a very efficient game in this one. The only way he saves your lineup is he gets into the end zone, because I think Ty Montgomery is going to take away the pass catching work. And I think he is going to need a touchdown to be even fantasy relevant at all. So I'm actually fading him pretty much in all my DFS lineups. I don't have him one time in there. So maybe I should make one with him in it, but I'm not really excited about Tony Jones.
Yeah, no, I agree there.
Okay, so it is 12:30. I'm just going to show you this lineup I made that I threw into the Sunday or the Thursday million, just because it's a very contrarian lineup. So I figured if I'm going to do it, I might as well throw in a huge tournament. This is what I did. It's the grossest thing you've ever seen. Trevor Siemian stack.
What incarnation?
Yeah, I threw a Trevor Siemian stack out there. So I stacked up Trevor Siemian with Traquan Smith and Deontay Harris, hoping for because to be honest, man, Trevor Siemian has been slinging the pill around. Like he's actually been kind of good. And they're passing at a very high rate right now. And with Kamara and Ingram out, maybe they lean on the pass a little bit more. So I went with Siemian, Traquan Smith, Deontay Harris. And because I did that, I was able to get Swift, get Montgomery, get Diggs, get Waller. And then I also played Pollard as a leverage play because I'm not playing Zeke. So
side note that
the Cowboys defense too.
I know that is a very random number that you have in your account.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I have a lot tied up. FanDuel, I don't have a lot of money on FanDuel because I keep losing it.
Yeah, but how'd you get to 1359?
I couldn't tell you. I think I may have redeemed like FanDuel like points for cash or something, and it's like, oh, you have like 78 cents in points or some shit.
Nice.
Yeah, it just gives you like a random number. Anyway, I'll drop this off the screen. The games are starting now, so we're gonna head out of here. Obviously, enjoy your guys' Thanksgiving. Hopefully you guys eat a lot of turkey for us. I wish it was turkey dinner. If I was on death row, like if I killed somebody and I got a death row meal, like my last meal, turkey dinner would absolutely be my last meal before I die, because I love turkey dinner. So shout out to you guys for having Thanksgiving today. You guys are lucky.
Prisoners actually eating better than us for real there.
Well, yeah, if you're on death row, you get a last meal before you get killed, right? So
I know, I was just making a joke.
You get a full on, like you get an entree, a beverage, and dessert. They give you like the whole works.
Damn, that'd be elite.
It's a very humane way of actually killing you. So
yeah, I mean, they just say, hey, we're about to absolutely rip you open, but hey, hope you enjoy this.
Yeah, for sure. Anyway, peace out, guys. Enjoy your holiday.
Peace out.
Happy Thanksgiving.